Hello, everyone. If you're wondering why there is such a big family of creatures for today's reading, it's because their mom is a vet. And these beautiful creatures have come into her life in various ways. And quite a few of them were meant to be euthanized, but she chose to take them in. And I just want to thank her for giving them just a wonderful, wonderful life. One of the things that what all these creatures want to do is just to introduce their name because they do want to allow the crow in particular that you see there, his name is Bran, to be more of a speaker. And I do get a sense all these creatures will speak through the crow. And we'll see how this reading goes. I do have the list of names printed in front of me, and I'll be referencing which messages I feel is coming from which creature. Let's start with introducing you to the creatures, starting at the top left picture. That's the one with the black dog. That's Beans. And then next to Beans is Bells, who is in spirit. And next to Bells is Mishi, who is also in spirit. And that is Cohen there, sitting by the window with a cat, and Tilly there. And as you know, the name of this crow already, Bran. And let's get into the cats. We got Mandu and Louise. I love that there's a black cat in this reading. I love black cats. Bran is coming in right now. And by the way, I have double checked and asked their conscious self and their higher selves if I have permission to connect with all of their energies. I got a yes. For Bells and Mishi, who are in spirit, I connected to their spirit and I got a yes. So all the creatures have given me permission to connect and channel these guidances. Bran, in particular, is coming through, and he wants to actually go through the email that his mom sent to me. And his mom sent me beautiful, beautiful 6 pages of telling me how these creatures had come into her life. But again, the creatures are saying they want Bran to have the podium here. And going down to that email where the mom speaks about Bran, she says, I loved this crow so much. He was an injured baby, and I had to amputate his foot or euthanize him. This was in 2018. So I amputated and rehabilitated him, and he ruled the whole household. He was such a character. I felt a huge heart opening with him, so I had my first connection with an animal communicator because of him. It was such an intense love that I felt we had a prior incarnation. He flew away when we were attending a Sundance. He was probably only 4 to 5 months old. He was just getting to know the property by flying and went on dog walks with us into the bush. He never returned. We were so devastated, unsure if he survived or is in spirit. One of the things that Bran is showing me, and just to back up a little bit here, I'm recording this on Sunday, and I meant to record this on Friday afternoon, but something kept stopping me. So I cleared some other things on my plate, and I thought, okay, here comes Saturday. I'm going to record this. But again, some other things have come up. And when spirit stops me like that, I know I'm not meant to record it. So on Saturday, I wake up and go, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go for a trail run. And as I was running on the trail, something made me stop and look to my left. And within this forest, that is still a little bare, but there are some greens that are sprouting through because it is spring right now. But within this bare forest, I saw in front of me through the trees this white cherry blossom tree. And I thought that is so odd that is growing within this wilderness here. And right in front of that cherry blossom tree that was in full bloom with beautiful white petals was a black crow. And I took a photo of it because I have my phone with me and I have it posted in the Patreon post there. So take a look. And when I saw that, it confirmed to me my original feeling of what had happened to Bran. So today, this morning on Sunday, I felt, okay, now that I got this confirmation, I have allowed that experience to settle within me. I am now ready to hit the record button and channel Bran and his other family members. What Bran wanted to say about his disappearance is that he had gone through a portal. And that's how it looked like when I was looking at the crow in front of that beautiful white cherry blossom tree growing in the middle of the woods. It looked like that crow was about to enter into this huge white light. And Bran said that's what happened. The fairies and the elementals opened the doorway for him and said, "Thank you for completing your soul contract in the most beautiful ways." And this happens a lot. And I've heard this story many, many times in various cultures where people or children or creatures just disappear when they have walked into the woods, never to be seen again, or they appear all of a sudden out of nowhere after many years, or even after a year. And that's because the elementals have whisked them away into their world or the spirit world. And it's because they needed to do some inner work there. And once it's complete, they release. Sometimes they release the humans or the creature back into this world. But for Bran's case, he had completed just beautifully what he was contracted to do with his mom. And they gave him just a beautiful, beautiful way to flow into the next stage of his spiritual adventure. Bran is coming through and I could really feel his energy. So I'm speaking directly to his spirit. And Bran here, so Bran is telling me to take off my slippers because it's a little cold in the house and he's telling me to just put my feet on the ground because he's quite elemental himself, I see. Bran here, so now once I've grounded now, Bran has come through a lot stronger. What do you want to say, Bran? I am here and I am happy, and that's all he wants to say for now. But he does want to add another thing. He is still helping from the other realm. He is still assisting his mom in closing some lessons. And you'll see there in the Patreon post the picture I took of the tarot cards. And Bran had asked me to use the ones with the crows on it. It's the Urban Crow tarot deck. And I love it because I love crows, and that's why I got that tarot deck. And I could tell Bran knows that I like crows. Bran is wanting to lead this. And I do feel the other creatures will chime in to add additional details to the messages being channeled through Bran, or they may just add more details. Okay, because I could feel a lot of energies already coming in and I'm sweating a lot. So let's begin. Okay, thank you. Bran is telling me to just read the cards. Conclusions are within reach. A new start is coming. This card has come out for quite a lot of people. Not surprised because we just had the solar eclipse and we're in the new phase of the moon and adjustments are required. I believe that card had also come out. Conclusions are within reach. Okay. Bran wants to start with this one. His spirit is saying there are some closures coming in, and I am getting quite the feeling that there were major changes that had happened, in particular things that shifted within the heart for the mom, and those loose strings and other understandings are being cleared. That's what Bran is saying. And I'm hearing dream state from Bran. I'm finding Bran communicates to me a little differently compared to other creatures. It's very much images and feelings, but more so images, and it's quite vivid. There's something here where Bran wants to take his human into a dream world. So in dream state, Bran may take you through these beautiful, beautiful journeys where you begin to understand what had happened, why, and how to close it. Hence, the conclusions are within reach. Once the understanding comes in, or a sense of peace with what had happened comes in, a new start will start, says Bran. There's a new spiritual cycle that is going to last until the end of 2025, but going a little bit into 2026. I'm hearing 8-month cycle. So it will be going into early 2026. So during this 8-month cycle, adjustments are required, says Bran. What does that mean, Bran? Would you like to go into more details, or would you like your other family members to come in? Bran is saying he will pair up with Bells and Mishi for this one. And I have the pictures of the creatures in front of me with their names written next to them so I can honor who's coming, because I like to know who is coming and acknowledge them. All right, so Bran, Bells, Mishi, collectively, what would you like to say? When a new start comes, you start to realize these people aren't working for me. This style of living isn't working for me. What I own isn't working for me. Or the way my week is scheduled is no longer working for me. You're going to start to see things that are just not in alignment with how you're feeling. Adjustments then are required. What do you need to let go? And once you release things, you'll know what new things to invite in. Keep going, says Bran. Okay. Bran is leading this, like I said. He wants me to go into the crow cards there. These cards speak about the virtues or the life lessons or things that are on a karmic loop that needs to be closed, or anything else that he wants to speak about. These are all related to your soul contract and what Bran and the other creatures are also contracted to help you complete learning. So now that you have released, or as the moon card spoke about, releasing things because you have understood things and cleared also anything else in your life. Next is the preparation, isn't it? Once you have let go of stuff, you know how to envision the future to be. And once you envision what the future is, well, now you have to plan and prepare for it. That's the card preparation that speaks to it. How do you want to prepare? And are you prepared? And interesting, Bran is saying that there's something there in your past life where it's tired of being prepared or tired of preparation. And this is quite common in people who are diving deep into their spiritual journeys and healing themselves. If we ever had a past life where we constantly need to be prepared or hyper vigilant in order to protect ourselves, then that could become an energy called self-sabotage. Because in a past life, you were so tired of being overly prepared and constantly fighting the uncertainty of the future that it's almost like the soul goes, oh, I kind of want to rest. And that's fine, says Bran, but there are times when you need to step forward quite bravely and taking a really, really big step. Not a small step, says Bran, but a big step. However, that needs to happen within your divine timing. Bran will lead you along with Bells and Mishi, who are also on the other side. I have a feeling some of the creatures want to come in. Oh no, okay, thank you. Louise and Mandu, the cats in particular, are saying thank you for preparing us in this physical realm to be a really good teacher to you. So they're just thanking their mama right now. I could hear them purring. That's sweet. And I'm just connecting it with other pictures here to make sure there's anything else. Mishi is just saying, just keep going forward, Mom. We got you. So if there's any doubts about going forward, look into that. Because when we doubt or have feelings of doubt, it's very much fear-based, isn't it? And with that fear, or identify the fear to see how it's affecting your ability to prepare for the future. There are some wonderful lessons coming your way that will help you to close those karmic lessons. That's what Mishi is saying, and she's going to help you there. They want me to go on to the next card, Anomaly. And I love the white crow on this card because I feel like that represents Bran's spirit. Bran is saying that the spirit world will send you really strange signs. Just odd signs that you may not find if you go looking in or Googling it, actually. He's trying to create this language with you, along with the other creatures, of course, in the universe, creating a very unique language in communicating with you. Interesting, I'm seeing leaves falling in front of me. It's almost like reading leaves that have fallen on the ground. It's like tea leaf reading. You're trying to intuitively read into the message there from nature to help you guide in your work as a vet. And I'm hearing the element, the spirit of the wind, also wants to work with you and speak with you. I'm hearing the word messenger. And it works both ways, says the spirit of the wind. So I want to be clear, this is the spirit of the wind that actually resides within the area that you live in. And the spirit of the wind wants to befriend you, get to know you, and wants to assist in bringing forward messages from the universe by shaking off the leaves off the trees and having it like a certain pattern. You'll know when there's a message within the leaves or within the plants around you because you'll be very drawn to them for some reason. And I know you're a very intuitive person. I could feel it. And I like it when I get to channel messages for very, very intuitive people. So pay attention to what the wind brings to you. Also, the wind wants to help you send out messages. If you have a wish or a desire, whisper it into the wind, says the spirit, and I will carry it forward and spread that, your desire or manifestation or your wish or prayers, and I'll spread it into various places so that support could come your way. However you want to create that relationship with the spirit of this particular wind, it has a name to it. They don't want me to speak it out loud here because they want this to be between just you and that spirit of the wind. And I feel like it's gonna just hit you. So just allow any name to drop into your mind when you're outside. I'm just tuning in to see what else the spirit of this wind wants to say. No. Okay. Interesting. I heard right when the wind exited, I heard it say, "You have worked with me before in another life." So there, once you connect with this spirit of the wind, I have a feeling the awareness, the knowledge, and the wisdom from a past life will reawaken. It's like you're picking off where you left off. It will be easy breezy, no pun intended, says that. Spirit of the wind. You know, I like puns, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Spirit of the wind. Nature. Okay, there you go. Right? That's how the universe will communicate to you, through nature. Pay attention to the movement of the wind and how it affects the movement also of the leaves. I'm just feeling something else here coming from, I feel like it's Cohen and Tilly. I feel like they might pause or stop all of a sudden in their tracks when you're out for a walk with them. Or they might stare all of a sudden in a direction. When they do that, stare in that direction too, because there could be a message from the spirit of the wind coming that way. And stay still, I'm hearing Bran say. Really stay still, because it can be very, very subtle sometimes. But you'll get a hang of it, says Bran. Thank you, Bran. Okay, what do we want to do next, Bran? Okay, I could hear his footsteps just going across the desk in front of me and onto the next pile of cards. These cards speak about anything that Bran wants to add more in detail. Okay, I feel like these may be confirmation of the messages he channeled. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So remember what the spirit of the wind said about have worked with you in a past life. And it's like once you connect with that spirit, automatically some kind of a portal will open and you'll just know how to communicate and how to receive and give information with this particular spirit. I'm just pausing to see what else the others want to say. I feel like Mandu and Louise are coming in. I'm getting this beautiful sense from Mandu and Louise, just personality-wise. They're very much within themselves, like, oh, we know who we are. We know our flow. We know our energy, our essence. And we're very much accepting of it. We just flow with it. And you're going to learn that by really observing us in the next few months. So their behavior might change slightly, I'm feeling, from their conscious self. And it's because they're responding to the changing frequencies within the world. And it's their way of saying, you may need to adjust your own energy too. Just watch us, they're saying. They're saying, just watch us. You know, you're a vet, you're very observative. Very observative in the physical realm, but also intuitively. So two very, very powerful skills that you got there. Birthing a new age, that goes to a new start is coming message. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. I'm getting some messages here from Bran and also Louise. Okay, thank you. What they're saying, oh, and it's also coming from beings, they're saying, because they made me stop there for a moment and look at the pictures. You'll notice on the card there, stones laid out in a circle. And when I saw that, I heard them say, they're connect to your celestial council. Make time for them even more, because you're gonna really need that connection from them in the next few years. Every time you do connect with your celestial council, so that will be anyone on your, what I call the spirit team, your spirit guides, ancestors, archangels, and so forth, even gods, goddesses. Every time you connect with them, it's like charging a phone. You're charging up your own inner spiritual battery. Do it on a more of a set schedule, they're saying. And you'll know what that set schedule of meditating and connecting with the divine realm will be like once you've cleared some things from your life, once those conclusions have come to a close, some understanding has come into place. Right now, it's that needing to tie the loose ends based on the experiences you had recently, and accepting or even understanding at a deeper level what those lessons are. And then you'll know what to do. You'll know how to prepare. Remember that card, preparation. Planning and scheduling is all about, or they are part of preparation, isn't it? You're preparing for something bigger. So that refers to that birthing a new age. There is a major spiritual shift that's going to happen. I feel like could be 2027 or 2028. And that's when your life is going to completely shift into a different direction, in a much more spiritual direction. Leap. You go first, the universe will catch you, and that's what you need to do. In 2027/2028, but even from now until then, you might need to take small leaps or even big leaps. You go first, the universe will catch you. Sometimes you have to just do it. And the dogs are showing me that Nike slogan, just do it. Just go for it. I'm connecting with the creatures again to see if there are any that want to add to the messages that have come forward, or if they want to continue. Mandu is saying, no, please continue, Mari. These cards wanted to come out, which speak a little bit more in detail of what needs to happen or what will happen, or it might just confirm the previous messages that have come forward. So between now and 2028, when that major spiritual shift is going to happen within you, what else could happen, or what other guidances does your creatures have for you, and who wants to go here? I have not looked at these pile of cards like the other ones. I just need to know who's coming. Scanning the pictures here. Mishi, Cohen, Tilly, and Mandu. Okay. Positive movement forward. Nice. Okay. Thank you, Mandu. Mandu is saying, if you see a ship or an ocean as signs from the spirit world, know that there is a positive movement going forward, or you will need to make a decision, or if you're kind of on the fence about a decision, whatever you choose, it will be a positive movement forward. And then there's that number 8 there, where I'm feeling it references 2028, when that major shift does happen. So those tiny choices you make, or big decisions you make, it's all going in a really, really good direction. Make sure it's coming from a very intuitive part of you, knowing that if I choose that, it's going to make me feel good, and it makes me feel aligned with my purpose or with the way I want to live, and not from a place of fear. Bells and Mishi are coming in and saying, if you're ever stuck on trying to make a decision, look into the fear. Because oftentimes we procrastinate or get stuck on making a decision because we fear making the wrong decision, because that could be an ancestral fear in your DNA. So look into that. Or other people's energies may be in you. Other creatures' energies may be within you, and making your energy, your auric field in your physical body a little muddy, that it's hard to connect with who you are to make a sound decision for yourself, because those other energies are trying to get your attention. It's hard to make a decision when there's other people trying to get to us, right? So what does Bells and Mishi want to say about that? Make sure you do an energy clearing on yourself. Either do that energy clearing on the Patreon community here, that's free, or do your own energy clearing. You are intuitive. You could connect with your spirit guide and say, show me what needs to be done, and witness it. That's the important part. Always witness it by feeling sensations in your body, witnessing things you may see in your mind's eye or what you hear, and so on. And just trust that the clearing is happening. And in the end, always make sure to give gratitude to nature, because I could see you doing this in nature, which is a very, very powerful place to do this work. And give gratitude to your spirit guide or any other divine realms that may have stepped forward. There are elementals who are coming forward and do want to assist you in pulling out those energies of others and throwing it back down to Mother Earth so she could burn it for you. So if you ever feel stuck in trying to move forward, you probably need to do an energy clearing, because other people's energies can hold us back. Firm foundation, that's what you're building right now. So I love that these two cards came out, one right after the other. It just means whatever you're doing, it's setting a firm foundation. When this card comes out, it does speak to firm financial foundation also, and other forms of abundance. So I'm hearing connections, human connections that you are making that will create a firm foundation, emotional, mental, spiritual foundations to support your soul's evolution. I do feel I like to call it soulmates, because when I say soulmates, it does include divine life partner, friends, even teachers, mentors. Those are also soulmates. So that's what I mean when I say soulmates. There are a variety of humans coming in very soon to help you and assist you in evolving, because there's some shifts for sure that's happening, and it will be lovely to have that support. And I feel that Bells, Mishi, and Bran are very much behind orchestrating all that support to come within the right time. Right now, you're just closing up some karmic lessons. That's what the obstacles and challenges speak about. The other thing this card speaks about are fears. And the number 5 here stands out to me. And usually number 5 speaks to a timeline, like 5 days, 5 weeks, months, or years. But interestingly enough, number 5 in this reading speaks to 5 major fears. What are they? List them out, call it out, says Bran. And once you've listed it out, see the origins of it. And are you ready to release it? When we understand the origin of it, for example, acknowledging that, oh, I learned that from my father or mother, and you also acknowledge how the pattern has repeated in the lineage and how it has repeated within you or may have blocked you, then there's this awareness that steps in, isn't there? Awareness is another huge virtue that you're learning right now. And it's growing, says Bran. So that awareness of how you are influenced by your ancestral programming that you are aware of and also not aware of. And that's quite powerful, isn't it? Knowing that what you don't know, but you are prepared to deal with it and face it and heal it when it does arise. There's another third level of awareness, I feel like. It's like a universal awareness. So there's that conscious awareness where you're aware of your thoughts. And then there's that spiritual awareness, I like to say, of how those human thoughts are affecting you and how you like to heal it. And then it's like this third level here of universal awareness. It's as if this knowing of there's something that's coming up ahead and I need to be fully prepared at the conscious level and the spiritual level. So it's an interesting dynamic here that's playing out, these 3 energies, right? At the human level, soul level, but at this cosmic level, oh my gosh. So that explains a huge spiritual shift that is coming for you. But first, identify those 5 fears, because once you release those and heal it, then this connection to the cosmic realm would deepen quite a bit for you, to the part where you might find that you heal yourself fairly quickly. I'm hearing all of your creatures' souls say that you've done so much work for our fellow family members here on Earth, the furred and the feathered and so forth, that now it's time for all of us in the cosmic wisdom to help you. Are you ready? And are you prepared? Says Bran. So this is beautiful when the card Spiritual Union comes out. It does refer to a divine life partner coming in to assist you in evolving as a soul here, but spiritual union for me mostly means this deeper union happening between you and the spirit world, which they spoke about. I like that this card just repeats the previous message because it's a double yes from the universe saying, did you hear that the first time? And we hope you heard it the second time. I do get a sense that the soul might be feeling, oh God, here comes all these shifts. And I'm hearing all of your creatures' souls say, don't worry, right? Just look at the fear, just face it and call it out. Because when you call it out, you see that you could put a label on it and you'll know how to deal with it, how to work with it. Disconnect and boredom. When this card comes out, it means several things. One of the first things it means is you might be in that phase of literal discontent and boredom for a while. And we need to be in that state sometimes because we need to feel that energy out, that stagnant, blocked energy out. And that's part of that obstacles and challenges card that it's connecting to. It feels like a challenge or an obstacle. I feel discontent. I feel a bit of boredom. I feel things are the same. I want things to really move forward. But stay in that energy without forcing it. Oftentimes we humans try to create something in our life so we get out of that state, but we need to just feel it. Why am I feeling discontent? Why am I feeling bored? And am I feeling a little edgy and feeling a bit of a hustle, like I really need to get out of this? And I want to tune deeper into that energy. What is it that it's trying to tell me? And as soon as I said that, I looked at my clock and it says 11:11. Important message right there. So be curious. All these messages from our creatures and always from spirit is encouraging us to be curious. Dive a little deeper into what we're feeling. What is it that they're trying to tell us? And does it reveal a pattern or a block that's been there for so long that it's now time to fully address it? Because the energy is just so intense now. The discontent and boredom refers to another thing, which is your soul just likes being challenged. And some of us come into this world where we're like, okay, we want to keep growing, evolving. What's next? But right now, just stay in that state of where you are and feel it out. What is it that it's trying to tell you? And mental conflict is the last card here, and it's connecting very powerfully with the discontent and the boredom here. And when the mental conflict card comes out, you'll notice on the card here, it's like these branches, like a tree that's coming out from that person's mind. When I see that, I think of the family tree. And this card to me often represents anything in your ancestral lines, any belief patterns there, anything else that could be suppressed within their soul, but also within your DNA, that's coming up right now. I do feel there's some internal challenges that are going to arise. And as soon as I said internal challenges that are going to arise, my stomach grumbled really loud. You might feel it there in your stomach, right? At that solar plexus chakra, right? And when things arise from the solar plexus, it's when things didn't settle well in our gut and we haven't been able to digest it fully, or it's been too hard to digest and it just sits there and it feels heavy. Connect to that. Anything within the lineage there, both maternal and paternal, that doesn't quite sit right. And I'm hearing Bran and Beans say here that you are meant to be the generational pattern breaker here. And you have signed up actually to complete those 5 lessons about those fears. So list those 5 fears. In fact, if you don't know what those 5 fears are, list out all of your fears, all of it, right? It could be in regards to anything in your life, and then group them. Are those fears related to your self-confidence in yourself? Is it related to relationships? Group them there. Is it related to abundance and financial flow? Group it all there. And when you list everything out and group it, your soul and your mind begins to click together and see, okay, here are the 5 groups of fears. How would I like to tackle them? And we definitely will be helping you, says Bran. We as in Bran and all his creatures. Bran here wants to end this reading by saying the next few years is going to be an awesome spiritual journey for you, because you're going to be learning and closing so many karmic lessons. How exciting, he says. Let me connect with Bran and his other family members here in the picture, making sure that I got everyone. Anyone else want to say anything? I could feel Louise's conscious self is taking a nap. Connecting to the higher selves of those who are with us. Anything you like to say? I just heard, whose voice was that? Oh, it was Belle's. She just says, we just want to say we all love you. How about those in spirit? Anything else? Since we are connecting with Belle's. Now, Mishi is speaking on behalf of everyone and saying, we have said everything we needed to say. And thank you for listening to us. Well, thank you, Bells, Beans, Mishi, Cohen, Tilly, Bran, Mandu, and Louise for your messages. And I just felt the energy between us release. And I hope you enjoyed these messages. Wishing you all a beautiful, beautiful day.